Yeah, people. I wanted to talk just a little bit today about the PUA industry. They call themselves pickup artists, but there's plenty of other names for them. The pickup BS artists is really what they are. The main reason why I'm talking about it is I've been watching a little bit of debunking content lately about it, and I just thought I'd make a quick vid. And hopefully, I can catch people before they actually give these idiots money, because number one fact in a nutshell, PUA doesn't work. Game doesn't work. This whole alpha male bullshit, Andrew Tate stuff, doesn't work. And don't give them a cent of your money. The only thing that works with attracting women is how good looking you are. And if you're not a good looking bloke, in this day and age, especially in this modern society, you're done. Even average guys, as I've said by the way, if you're new here, I used to have a channel, had one for about a year. I hope I can get some of the old viewers back, because I didn't have that many subs, but the ones I had really enjoyed the content. But if you like this kind of stuff, watch it all the way through, like, subscribe, share to people that you think will like it, because it helps me out, helps get the message across. Yeah, these pickup likes, they have to know, they do know, they hide the fact that they know that pickup lines and all this other bullshit, maintaining frame, active disinterest and all stuff, all this nonsense they come up with doesn't work unless a woman finds you attractive. Now, some of them, are probably going to say, oh, look, I didn't know that. I just taught this stuff. We didn't know you had to be a certain look. So they might try to wrangle around it that way. But a lot of them, if not all of them, know. I'm sure they've seen it by now with their students and things. That doesn't work if you're a sub 5. If you're a below average looking guy, it's not going to work. If you're an average looking guy, to get a woman, never mind all this game shit doesn't work. It is absolute bullshit. Especially the whole thing, you've got to be actively disinterested, which means, like, if a girl's here, you walk up to the bar and you kind of turn your back to them and go, oh yeah, bloody opinion opener, rah, rah, rah. That's not active disinterest, it's actual disinterest that you're getting. And this is the one that really shits me when they talk about, oh, that good looking guy that you see at your local pub, club, disco, whatever, that always gets the women. He was really good looking. It's not his looks, it's the way he's acting. You might think it's his looks, but no, that's not it. It's the way he's acting. You've got to emulate his confidence and his non-neediness and all this stuff. And that's how you do it. And if you even show 0.1% of neediness or anything, you'll wreck your frame. You've got to maintain frame. So that's their way of putting it back on you, that you've done something wrong when you haven't. You've done nothing wrong. You're just not good looking enough. Simple as that. But they'll make it out that if you follow their hints and tips successfully and you don't get the results that they said you would, it's your fault. Pretty clever, isn't it? Clever marketing ploy. You don't do anything right, you don't do things right, it's your fault. So please just stay away from any of these idiots. It just doesn't work. So I plan on making some really good OBS videos on these soon. I want to get a couple out this week. The first couple might be a bit dicey because I'm learning it. But I'm going to plan on getting some footage up and dissecting things and debunking stuff. Also, when I cover the It's a Luigi Marciano, whatever the bloody hell his name is. That Luigi. By the way, I can do this because I'm half Italian. You can't if you're not. You can. I couldn't give a shit. Most wogs couldn't give a shit anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video about how basically the halo effect comes into play with all these idiots like the Ted Bundys. You know, I've seen a video years ago. There's like 14 or 15 really good-looking guys. Jeremy Meeks is another one where they, if it wasn't for their looks, it'd just be a blip on the mainstream media, and people would be demonising them. No, but this Luigi, because he's a bit of a Chad-looking bloke, you know, he's way above average. You know, he might not be a Brad Pitt lookalike, but he's above average looks. He's tall, good looking, good body. All the women are swooning in after him, and they're basically on his side. Oh yeah, bugger the healthcare guy, you know, and all this stuff. The guy killed someone. The guy unalived someone, and these women are chasing him, falling over themselves to be with him. Same with that Jeremy Meeks. He done some really ridiculous crimes. Look at him. Some people can just do everything wrong in life and still succeed. And the common denominator in these situations is looks. The halo effect is real. I really want to make a really good video, in-depth video on the halo effect because it's so bloody real. Not just so with women, but with all areas of life. But yeah, back to the PUA stuff. If you subscribe to any of the channels, don't do it. You'll know yourself if it works or not. If you've went out and done a couple of approaches, you'll know whether it works, and it doesn't. If you've went out and approached women thinking you're playing game, and you've attracted them, slept with them, dated them, it wasn't game. It was your looks. There's plenty of guys like me that have done it. I know I used to go out 2 or 3 nights a week and run game for about 4 years, 4 to 5 years, and in them 4 or 5 years, I might have, this was back before when like being an average looking guy was all right. You could actually do okay. I was maybe getting 1 to 2 women a year, and no, they weren't top tier, high end Stacey's 8s or anything. They were basically whatever I could get, and and the only reason I got them is because they found me attractive, and they even told me that they liked me. So game itself is absolutely useless. They try to say that you can bypass certain mechanisms in your head, in the woman's head, and use evolutionary psychology and social psychology against them to manipulate them into finding you attractive, but you can't. It's just like I've heard on a few channels. This one in particular, one I've been watching a lot lately, is the attraction is decided the first moment you lock eyes with a girl. It doesn't matter. She's already decided whether you've got a shot or not. It doesn't matter what you say. I don't care how smooth of an operator you are. You don't pass what's called the basic looks test, which is the minimum requirement of looks in order to interact with a woman. It will not go any further than that. I don't care what. You can go up and give her 300 negs. You can do everything they say, stand with your back turned, give her a time constraint. Oh, I can't stay long. Say something like, I normally don't date blondes, but for you, I'll make an exception, all that stuff. It does not work. You cannot trigger it. You cannot trigger it. This is the cornerstone of the bleak pill. Bleak pill is what I call something I can't say anymore now, is that looks are the primary determining factor in your success with women. Looks, looks, looks. And looks' little brother, height. So I'll go into a little bit more. As I said, I've got a lot of experience doing PUA stuff, a lot of good stories to tell, like cringy stories, not good success stories, but I can tell you now, I had a group of people that I used to go out with, and a couple of them were decent looking guys, and they had no more success than when they were going out not knowing this, going up and just saying, "Hey, my name's so and so. You want to get a drink?" And that's really all you need to do. And these women were giving my good-looking friends indicators of interest before they walked up and approached them. Some people are naturals. If you're a decent-looking guy, you're a natural if you can kind of like scan the room, and if a girl's giving you a bit of a smile from the corner or the dance floor, then yeah, by all means, go and approach. But if you're not getting any choosing signals or indicators of interest, don't approach a girl. I've got stories on that too. The time I approached a woman as a sub-5 and got arrested and got a restraining order taken out of me. I've got that story. I had that story on my previous channel, but that channel has been yeeted from YouTube. So yeah, PUA channels and PUA artists are nothing more than modern day snake oil salesmen. They want your money. They don't give a shit about you. They know what they're selling does not work. They know it doesn't work, but they'll sell it to you anyway. And then when it doesn't work for you, they'll blame you for not following their advice correctly. So without going into too much detail and breaking down everything, I've got all the books. I spend all the money on it, so you don't have to. It doesn't work. You cannot create attraction with a woman. It's either on or it's not. So, in a nutshell, do not give these guys any of your money. Don't even listen to them. It's time to swallow a bleak pill if you haven't already, and come to terms with your looks are the primary determining factor in your success with women. And we all know how hypergamy is off the chart. So even blokes like me that might be a 4 out of 10, like slightly below average. I do okay because I've got a fair bit of height, just under 6'1", bit of a solid build. When I wear some jeans and a nice shirt, I shave and everything. I scrub up to about a 4 out of 10. Where back in the day, I might have got a little bit of attention and a little bit of luck here and there. In this modern day, I get absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And games are like, I learned everything and I practice. The old saying, the first 1,000 approaches is just the warm up. I probably would have over the years, I probably would have done that. And the only success I've had, because I've been told by the women that they found me attractive. But yeah, I'm going to go through and break down all the little tips and tricks they try to sell you and debunk them as bullshit, the bullshit that they are. But these guys are just nothing but grifters. They want your money. They are trying to sell you a system that does not work, and then blaming you for when it doesn't work. Oh, you must have leant in too much, or you mustn't have talked in a downward inflection that conveys alphaness. You mustn't have been confident enough. You must have looked away a little bit too long. You must have looked at them too much. They'll tell you 500 different ways how you failed. And a good-looking bloke doesn't have to worry about any of this shit. So that kind of tells you that it doesn't work. If game was all that mattered, how come good-looking people don't have to use it? How come no one had to use it for the hundreds of thousands of years that we were dating, mating, and effing before pickup and game came along? We didn't. It was just, if you got choosing signals, you got indicators of interest, you go up and you do your thing. And yeah, game, pick up lines, you know, frame and all that stuff. It's just an absolute big crock of shit. Please do not believe it. And if you ever even tried this stuff and had any success, it's because a woman found you good looking. Society has always downplayed the importance of looks, but I'm not. Any bleak pill content creator will not. You know, does it mean it's over? Not necessarily. For some people, it is. Some people, or you've got your copes. But I can't fit everything into one big video. Today's just broad brush message is do not engage in any kind of PUA activity. Do not cold approach. Unless you're a good looking guy, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you were. Do not cold approach women in public, daytime or nighttime. As a warm approach, if you're getting a couple of choosing signals, then by all means, just go in and be polite, be yourself. It doesn't matter what you say. It really doesn't. You know, a Chad could walk up to a girl at a bar and go, ooga booga booga boogie. And she'd go, you're so funny. It doesn't matter what he says. He could take his cock out and fucking put a pen in it and draw his name on a bloody beer coaster. And he could do anything and it'd be funny. A sub-5 man does it, it's creepy. Once again, the halo effect. You can get away with a lot when you're good looking. You can just get away with saying, you're cute, let's fuck. I know good looking guys, that's all they do. Every Saturday night, they have a different girl. And they just go up to them and be honest. They just look around for the. I think it's a bit subconscious. They look around for the girls that give them choosing signals, and they just, like a lion and an antelope, like they just make their move. They go in for the kill. They go for the jugular. So, and they'll just be direct and say, "Hey, look, you're hot. Let's let's fuck off out of here for a little while." And that's as easy. That's how it should be for a guy. You shouldn't have to memorise 30 minutes of game and pick up lines and know when to say this and worry about if you've given enough negs. All that is bullshit. No one has ever needed to know that to get laid in the past. No one. It's absolute crap. So please stay away from pick-up scam artists and alpha gurus, all that bullshit, maintain frame, and it does not work. The only thing that works is your looks. The only thing that matters is your looks, and secondary to that, height. Looks and height. But looks first. Until next time.